In modern politics, we cast ballots on massive statewide issues, but back home, in our own neighborhoods, our individual voices scatter. We lack a structured way to coordinate local influence. Without a formal mechanism to gather and align a neighborhood's intent, local agency dissolves into reactive voting or gets swallowed by data harvesting social media platforms. A new platform currently piloting in Missouri is testing a structural solution to this problem. It's called SimplaCity, and it is built on the principle of subsidiarity, the idea that governance should happen at the most local level possible. SimplaCity functions as a strict operating system for restoring and verifying local consent. The base unit of this system is called a cell. This is a formalized local group. It could be a guild, a church, or a county group like the Ozark Resilience Guild. Unlike a casual online chat room, every cell requires a strict founding charter and clearly defined voting quorum thresholds to function. That charter becomes the first immutable entry in the platform's ledger of commons and logic, locking into place to form the secure foundation for the group. Forming a cell takes a loose network of neighbors and upgrades them into a structurally sound, auditable entity capable of unified action. Once a cell is established, the platform operates across 4 modules. Module 1 is identity. Let's look at a user joining a Greene County cell. Where traditional platforms hoard personal data, SimplaCity uses self-sovereign identity. Instead of a platform holding your data, your device holds a cryptographic key. This generates a local ID cell member credential, proving Greene County membership and role, without ever recording your name, email, or physical address. With their identity secured locally, our user accesses Module 2, Voice. Here, they enter the News interface, Notable Events Worth Scrutiny. This feed aggregates localized state issues. For example, it surfaces House Bill 1274, eliminating personal property taxes on vehicles, alongside real-time community support metrics. When the user casts their vote, their local ID cryptographically signs it, logging a verified, pseudonymous position. This architecture ensures that only verified local residents shape a cell's consensus, which helps eliminate bots while protecting voter privacy. That civic participation directly triggers the third module, capability, through a process of issue-reactive learning. The moment our user submits their vote on HB 1274, the platform surfaces a 12-minute explainer on the specific mechanics of Missouri property taxes. Beyond reactive microlessons, members pursue broader civic foundation paths, like courses on reading a Missouri bill. Completing these modules earns a verifiable digital credential. This proves their civic literacy and stays in their mobile wallet, carrying that status to any pilot cell. In this system, education becomes a directly triggered requirement for active, informed participation, rather than simply being a passive reading exercise. Of course, a community's vote carries little weight if they do not have the funds to back it up. That brings us to the fourth module, resources. SimplaCity itself never holds any of the community's money. Instead, the Treasury module connects via a read-only API to a partner credit union to securely display the group's balance. Here is the transparent ledger in action. Every dollar spent is cryptographically linked to its authorizing governance motion. For instance, a $100 legal fund disbursement only clears because it is validated by an 11-2 cell approval vote, recorded here as Motion 04. By hardwiring the link between voting and spending, the platform removes the possibility of shadow spending or financial opacity. So, what happens when a single local cell achieves its required voting quorum on an issue? That cell's 67% consensus is cemented into the immutable ledger. But one neighborhood group cannot sway state law on its own. This is where the Federation Gate activates. The platform tracks multiple independent cells across different counties, concurrently deliberating on the same bill. On this threshold tracker, 3 of 5 required cells have reached local quorum on HB 1274, with 12 days remaining. This mechanic takes isolated pockets of agreement and systematically aggregates them into a verified statewide signal. If the strict threshold of 5 aligned cells is met within a 30-day window, the system trips the legal trigger. It automatically generates a verified ledger summary. This cryptographic summary of the public will is then immediately transmitted to a legally independent partner organization, Show Me Resilience. Armed with this ledger-verified data, Show Me Resilience taps into the Federated Legal Action Fund, to deploy real legal counsel to the state capitol, acting directly on behalf of those 5 cells. SimplaCity is built to be an operating system for true self-governance. By interlocking private identity, issue-driven education, transparent group funds, and statewide federation triggers, citizens now have the architecture to turn local consensus into legally backed state advocacy.